Hi everyone, my name is Xiao Li. I'm the chef and founder of Xiao by Crust. Today with Tefal, we are using the Tefal Home Chef Smart Pro IH Multicooker to make sticky date pudding. So today we have the multi-coat which has the baking function. So first we preset the multi-coat at 150 Celsius for about 40 minutes, which is the preheat for the baking, and then while we are waiting for it to preheat, we will make the cake. So first we will start off with the preheat. We will press the multi-coat function button to go to the bake function. As you can see at the top, it lights up at bake. And then the default timing is 45 minutes. So we can go lower to about, which is minimum 40 minutes. Then we press the temperature setting and set it at maximum of 150 Celsius. Then we press the start button for it to preheat. So let me introduce the ingredients. First, we have the dates, which are cut into small cubes already, 110 grams. Baking soda, 4 grams. Then we have water, 200 grams. Butter, 32 grams. Sugar, 110 grams. Sifted flour, sifted baking powder, and sifted baking soda together in one bowl. So the flour is 110 grams. The baking powder is 2 grams, baking soda is 2 grams, and also some salt to balance the taste. So first, when we buy the dates from the supermarket, it looks like this. It's relatively large. So first we remove the seed in the center, or you can buy pitted dates, which what I've bought, and then we cut it into small cubes. So the first part of the recipe, we are going to make the paste, which is using the dates, water, and the baking soda. Because the dates are relatively dry, so cooking helps it soften, and when we include it into the cake, it doesn't get dried up or unpleasant chunks in your cake. So first, we put in the water, and then the dates. So we start cooking it at a medium heat. So you would need to use a relatively deep saucepan, because once we add the baking soda inside, it starts to bubble up. So don't be too shocked, but just use a deeper saucepan to be safe. So sticky date pudding is quite a popular dessert in the UK. I guess in Malaysia it's quite familiar during Raya season. So you can use this for your Raya open house or gifting for your friends. Okay, once it starts to smoke, it starts to get warm, then you can add in your baking soda. So you see it bubbling up. Don't be too shocked, but keep stirring until the bubble reduces. And you see the paste will slightly darken as you continue to cook it. So we want to reduce it as much as we can to remove the liquids and also soften the dry dates. So the function of the baking soda is to loosen the fibers in the dates and also help it reabsorb the moisture from the liquids when we are cooking it to create a date paste essentially. So you can see the color of the paste starts to darken. It's quite different from before. It's almost ready. You can also just use your spatula just to press it to see whether it's softened. So the dark color, don't be too shocked, it's actually just a reaction from the baking soda when you cook it. So if you notice when you bake cakes with baking soda, the product, your final cake, will look a bit darker than compared to when you use baking powder. So the reaction between baking powder is slightly different from baking soda. So now we're going to leave it aside to let it cool for a bit, and we'll start the other half of the mixture. So first, in your cake mixer, you put in the butter, preferably softened butter, so it eases the process and saves you a bit of time. And then with the sugar. So you cream the butter and sugar first. So once your sugar and butter is already well mixed, you can slowly add in your eggs. And then your dry ingredients, alternate with the date paste. So if the flour is on the side but not on the bottom, just give it a little scrape before you add in the date paste. So always add your ingredients gradually to avoid lumps, and also mix at lower speeds to avoid overmixing. So overmixing usually is because when you mix the flour too much, it forms gluten in the flour. So to avoid overmixing, we put in the ingredients by parts so it doesn't form lumps, and also always scrape the bowl. So then we put in the dates mixture, also by parts. So you can divide the flour into 2 or 3 parts, depending how big your recipe is. So for this recipe, it makes a 6-inch round tin, which fits perfectly into the multi-cook. But if you want to do a larger recipe, I advise you to divide into more parts. So last scrape to make sure everything at the bottom and the sides are well mixed. And we're done. So we're going to use a 6-inch cake tin. You can use any mold that you have at home, but the suggested size is the 6-inch tin. If you don't have a tin, do not worry. The stainless steel bowl in the IH multi-cooker acts as the cake tin. So you can pour directly into the stainless steel bowl and bake in the bowl as well. Just that maybe the shape is slightly round because it's a sphere bowl. If you want a perfectly round traditional cake shape, you can use a cake tin. So we line it with paper and the side we spray with oil. Then we pour the mixture in. So you can see the mixture has a bit of date chunks still, so it gives you extra texture in the cake. It's just a little surprise for your guests. So when they eat the cake, they know what flavor it is. Because relatively dates are just sweet in general, so the chunks give it an indication, like your banana cake. If you eat banana cake, you like to have chunks into the cake. So now sticky date pudding, there is some chunks, so it's a little surprise. So remember we preheated the multi-cook. No worries, you can stop it at any given point of time because we just need a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes to preheat. It's the same function as your oven. If you are using an oven, you always preheat your oven before putting the cake batter inside. So now we are going to open the multi-cook. As you can see, inside there is a spherical stainless steel bowl. We just place the cake tin inside. The stainless steel bowl helps with the even heating, so your cake will coat evenly and retain the moisture. So now we press the multi-cook button to the bake function, and then we set the timer's default at 45 minutes. We can set it to 40 minutes first to do a quick check later, and the temperature at 150 Celsius. That's the maximum, and then we start. So now we wait for 40 minutes. You can do some chores and we come back after 40 minutes to check on the cake. So we are back after 40 minutes. Let's check on our cake. So our cake is almost ready. Let's just do a quick poke test. If it comes out clean, then the cake is done. So carefully remove the cake from the cooker. It's still quite hot. And then now we decorate the cake. So we flip the cake over. It's a quick release because we lined it just now. Remove the paper. So you can decorate the cake with any cream or decorations you like. Today we are going to use salted caramel sauce together with some walnuts and some dry rose petal as decoration. So first, just a big dollop of the caramel sauce. And with the spatula, we're going to swirl it around. If you would like the drizzle effect, just push it towards the edge a little bit more. So it starts to drizzle off the edge by itself. Maybe just a little bit more sauce. Cover the top. So you see the sauce starts to flow off the edge to give it the rustic look. So we just put some walnuts on the top as decoration. And then some dry rose petal to give it some color. And we're done. Our sticky date pudding. So you can keep it in room temperature for over a day. If you want to keep it longer, you can keep it in the fridge. So I hope you enjoyed the recipe today. Please stay tuned for more Tefal recipes coming soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.